Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity. And unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning, and unto the Bayath Dabadah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost and sincere citations. This evening's lesson is entitled Believe in the Process. Trust and believe in the process. Why? Because Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is not a man that he should lie, and his word shall not return unto him void. Roughly paraphrasing the scripture. Okay? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai always makes due on his word. Okay? So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and Salakia. I'm gonna go ahead and get into these scripts, and Lord willing, it'd be edifying. So I'm gonna start off with the book of Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 3. Let's see. I'm going to start at verse 1. Proverbs 3 and 1, it says, My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. So never forget what you've been taught in this truth. Never forget. Don't forget why Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai woke you up and brought you here. To learn, to forget what you've been taught of this world, and now to be retaught back to the way that you were meant to be taught. Verse 2, For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Okay? Man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word. This word is what keeps you alive. That's a sign of mercy from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Because what you're doing is pleasing unto him. In verse 3, Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck. Write them upon the table of thine heart. Okay? So let mercy and truth be a reminder. Okay? Mercy and truth, let it be a reminder. Let it be a reminder as to, what we had to go through to get to this point. Verse 4, So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of the power and man. Finding favor in the eyes of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai first and foremost, and man. You can't go wrong with that as long as you do what is commanded of you according to scripture. In verse 5, Trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Okay? Trust Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. Subdue your own understanding. Okay? Verse 6, In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. So seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. So put your faith and trust in the Lord, man, and he's going to be the one to direct you and guide you. In fact, let me find that one scripture on subdue your own understanding. Second Esdras, chapter 14, verse 34. Therefore, if so be that you will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy. And that's pretty that's pretty plain right there. Subdue your own understanding. Okay? Forget what you think you know. Stop trying to control shit. Just let it be. Let Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai take care of it. All you got to do is just do what you are told. In verse 7, Proverbs 3 and 7. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear Yahweh and depart from evil. Okay? Because knowledge puffeth up, so don't let that, don't let your own wisdom, don't let it, inflate your brain. Don't let it inflate your head. Okay? Excuse me. So we're going to go to the book of Romans. Chapter 8, verse 28. It says, as we know that all things work together for good to them that love the power, to them who are the called according to his purpose. Verse 29. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. So, very soon, you're going to watch things fall into place after watching them fall apart for so long. And that's the thing. Let me get second address real quick, because it's going to explain more of why that is. No, that's not it. Okay. Second Address chapter 6. Let's see. Second Address 6 and 6. Then did I consider these things, and they were all made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. So, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is the one that starts it, and he's the one that ends it. Okay? Verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? Okay? When? We just got to keep watching, because we see that this place is falling apart, and as it falls apart, things start to fall. Things start to make more sense and to fall into place. Verse 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. And that's symbolic for the fact that through this truth is the downfall of Esau, exposing him, showing the whole world who he really is. In verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? So again, man, very soon you're going to watch things fall into place, and after watching them fall apart for so long, now we're going to get Ecclesiasticus. It's going to be chapter 25, verse 7. And it says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter it with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. And that's a beautiful thing. It's joyful. It's a sense of relief to see our enemies, beginning to stumble, fumble, bumble. Okay? They're losing their grip on authority. They're losing that power. In verse 8, well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding. Okay, a wife that is meek, humble, shamefaced. As the scriptures say, a silent and loving woman is a gift, but a woman that is silent and shamefaced is a double grace. So a woman of understanding, knowing that she knows her place, she has respect unto her husband, she follows his instruction, and it says, and that hath not slipped with his tongue, meaning you know how to be quiet. and not say too much, and that hath not served a man more unworthy than himself, following after someone who's worse off than you. In verse 9, well is him that hath found prudence, and prudence, another word for wisdom, and he that speaketh in the ears of them that will hear. So it always feels good that people take in your advice or your sound advice into consideration. It shows that they're listening and they're paying attention. Verse 10, oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom, yet is there none above him that feareth the Lord. So great is he that hath found wisdom, and there's none above him that feareth the Lord, man. So those that fear the Lord and have wisdom, you won't find another person better than that. Okay? Now, I'm going to close out with Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 27, verse 18. It says, whoso keepeth the fig tree shall eat the fruit thereof, so he that waiteth on his master shall be honored. Sometimes Yahweh Shem Yahushai takes you on a journey you didn't know you needed to bring you everything you ever wanted. Trust his plan. Okay? So let me read Proverbs chapter 27, verse 18 in the NLT. It says, as workers who tend a fig tree are allowed to eat the fruit thereof, so workers who protect their employer's interest will be rewarded. So, I mean, hold your position, keep your post, stand your ground, do as commanded. And when you go to the word waiteth in this verse, it goes to the Hebrew shamar, which means to keep guard, observe, give heed, to keep, have charge of, to keep watch. So, with that being said, man, trust and believe in the process of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's it. And with that, Lord willing that this was edifying unto the body and to the sincere believers. And with closing, I'd like to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors and respect to the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to all Akim that are preaching and teaching this word with 100% truth and sincerity. And unto the men, women, and children that are listening and learning, and unto the Bayath and Dabadah, the elect house of David that is scattered abroad, I give you my utmost and sincere salutations. See you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharallah, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom, Barakatam.